YouTubers? Welcome to PDINA Royally Teachable Moments. I do hope you're doing well today. Later today, I'm going to be releasing my King Richard III video on my royally teachable history. So I do hope that you'll support these other videos that I'm doing around history. Let's get into what we're talking about today. You know, just going on social media and looking at everything that is going on with Harry and Meghan and this event with Kevin Costner, there are stories out about Meghan's embarrassing moment. The moment where she tried to grab the microphone from the lady. And it just is so cringe. It is so cringe, but it does encompass the things that we see that other people don't see. Like, it finally was released to the whole world in a moment where everyone can see what this woman is about. Because we talk about a lot of things that she does, and a lot of people don't see it, like the fans, and, you know, watch what is going on from a standpoint of them being grifters. This was a moment where there was proof, okay? You saw what this woman was about in this moment. So, yeah, it's just terrible, terrible, terrible. Yes, Mr. Otis. Yes. But, you know, I like to see, well, what can I learn? What can I get out of watching people not be good people, right? It's like you want people to do good. You want to see the best in people. And when you constantly see something wrong with you, something's wrong, you have to talk about it. It's no different than when you see a car crash. And you be turning your neck. You be like looking all the way, like bottlenecking. Like, what happened over there? You know? And that's what we're doing. We are essentially watching a car crash. We are watching a disaster happening. And the other stories that I'm going to be doing later this week, just about Harry and his mental health, it is, the signs are there. And there are people who don't want to look at it. They don't want to see it. It's like, oh, that's my princess. You know, go girl, we love you. You know, they just hating. They just hating. These are the people that do not want to open up their eyeballs and see the reality of a situation. They don't want to see it. They were like, I'm not looking at the car crash. I ain't looking. They good people. They had a car crash, but I ain't looking, you know, and they're just going to keep blind to the whole situation. But, you know, that's the worst thing you can do, is to not. It's kind of like in history. There's been a lot of nasty things that have happened in history, a lot of nasty things, a lot of bad things. But the moment you try to shut up the nastiness or the bad things that have happened in history, you allow it to be repeated because people don't remember. They don't know that this has happened before, or, you know, they can't imagine that something like this would ever happen because they're not looking at what happened in history. So this is why when when I talk about history and there are things that maybe bad people have done things in history, you have to keep talking about it so that it doesn't ever happen again. It's like you keep it. It's like when I talk to my kids about, you know, don't make sure you don't do what so is, you know, like you got to put out there the bad to prevent it from happening. And what people do with that information is up to them. But at least you've done your job and you put the information out there. Okay. So with that said, you know, this is what's happening. And I think people talking now about, as news articles about Meghan Markle being embarrassed, are finally starting to see this woman in her true form. They've been able to see it come to light, and it's been exposed. Because nobody with good intentions would ever assume someone walking towards you with the microphone would think that's going to be for you. A person that has intentions to know that they're not supposed to speak is not going to just go grab a microphone. Look, did nobody tell you were going to be speaking? Did nobody say, okay, we're going to come give you the microphone. You're going to say a few words, blah, blah, blah. Like, that didn't happen. But her assuming that someone walking towards her with a microphone thinks in her big egotistical head that, oh, this is for me. I'm going to have my moment, because she's only thinking about herself. She's only thinking about what I can do in this moment of grandeur. And I'm going to present a speech to everyone, because of course they're going to bring me the microphone, because I'm all that. Yes, bring me the microphone. I'm going to take it. Okay, yes. And then when the microphone was not for her, what did she do? She tried to play it off, right? She was trying to play it off. Oh, okay. Oh, yeah, that's right. Now go ahead and direct it over. Yeah, take the microphone over there. Yes, I know it's not for me. Yes, I know. Just go ahead, do what you got to do. Like she's directing, like trying to play it off, because she sees that she was caught in a moment, but still in her ego, trying to maintain a safe face, trying to save herself the embarrassment. And it's just so great, isn't it? It's just beautiful moment, teachable to all the folks out there that don't want to listen. They have their heads in the sand about this woman and support her regardless. You have now gotten your proof. You have seen for yourself that this woman clearly had a moment of embarrassment. And you need to realize and wake up and see that this woman got some problems. Yes, she does. That my story about what they did when they went to this New York City school in 2021 is, I know that they say celebrities do this. They tend to have people sign these non-disclosures. Don't make it right. Don't make it right if that's the common theme, that people do this. The mindset of this couple, and this is going to lead me to my story that I'm going to be doing later this week about Harry and his mental health, because Harry is in a lot of danger mentally. Mentally, he is in a conundrum greater than I think we could even imagine, because this is his wife. But this is what happened. So Harry and Meghan, they were accused of trying to gag teachers and students at a New York City school that they visited in 2021, prohibiting them from making any negative social media posts now or in the future. Now, here's the thing. If you are showing up to something and you are there in your true form and you are a good person, why do you need to do this? Why? Why is my question. Just show up, do your good work, and leave. Why all the premeditation? Why all of the trying to prevent any negativity coming out of that? Well, don't do something to cause negativity and you should be fine. Right? It's like constantly trying to have the narrative be what you want it to be, because you want to look nice and pretty. You want to live nice and pretty all the time, and you don't want people to see you in your ugliness. It's like just show up and just be you. Okay, just be you. They had been accused of trying to gag teachers and students at a New York City school that they visited 2 years ago. And they visited this public school, 123 Mahalia Jackson, which is among one of the poorest schools in New York City. This was in September of 2021. Now, we know Meghan had to show up to show out, because it's all a photo op moment for her. She couldn't really just go there in jeans and a t-shirt in a very a humbled kind of way to not expose her wealth. But, she had to use her wealth to align with the branding and the purtiness that she's trying to show in this very expensive outfit that really did not fit very well on her. It was a $5,000 suit, and then she's wearing all this Cartier jewelry, and she went to read her book, The Bench, to a bunch of second graders. And we know Harry was down there sitting with the children, watching her read the book, The Bench. Okay, but the advisors from the Archwell Foundation demanded that the Harlem school sign a clause which banned anyone from making negative comments This was according to The Sun. Now, the request was also related to any posts on social media now or in the future. Sources close to the Archewell Foundation have insisted that this was a standard practice that followed. And Harry and Meghan, they visited this school to also document their experience on Netflix. And I think part of that was so that they didn't have to pay the school any money for using their images in the documentary. Why would you even show up to do this documentary and not offer a credit? I have to go back and look and see, or maybe you already know, did they even give credit to the school in the documentary? Did they give a thanks to them for allowing their images or to use the time that they were at their school in the documentary? That's a good research project. Let's find out. Now we know that she had this very expensive suit on, and going there in all this wealth when 95% of the students that attend this school are suffering from economic hardships. I've observed when, Diana, she would go and visit impoverished countries or people, or when she was, she downplayed her wealth, and because the point of why she was even there was, to do the good that she was there to do. It wasn't about showing off your expensive clothing or to be dripping in expensive jewelry. I mean, that is just so wrong to do. Why? I don't understand the mindset of a person that does that. But it just speaks to the character, does it not? It speaks to the character. So there was a Freedom of Information request that had revealed how the couple's advisors at Archewell tried to protect their image. And we know the protecting of the image of the advisors came directly from the top. Because she was telling her folks, now look, when I go out in public, you get documents signed because I don't want people writing negative things about me. So make them sign a piece of paper. Make them sign it because I don't want nothing negative written about me, because I know I can be a skank at times and I just don't want the negativity. That's what happened. Okay. So Harry and Meghan could come out and say, well, we didn't know our advisors. Yes, you did. Yes, you did. Because that's what you do when you are a leader. You tell your people what to do. Okay. And that's what she did. That's what I think she did. Now, so this is information that was, confirmed by the Freedom of Information. It was also highlights how their team banned 4 British newspapers from attending an event at the World Trade Center, even though it is a publicly owned building. So they're telling people because we're going to be there, our presence is there, you cannot come. Although we're going to be in a public space, you cannot come. The nerve, the audacity. What? You are a train wreck. You are a car crash. You are everything that is wrong with being anywhere because of how you control things. It's the girl's just showing up, perpetrating all day long, just perpetrating, trying to be for the people. And she's there to show off her clothes and to be seen with the scene of who's who in Hollywood. And, it's just fake false. And that's the egregious behavior that needs to be called out, because you are using vulnerable people. You are really trying to use people. And we are not going to stand for it. We're going to call it out. So that's what we have. That's what we have. Later in the week, I'm going to be talking about the danger that Harry is in this moment, because he does not want to. He's living a real nightmare right now. So that's going to come later in the week. And yeah, remember to watch my Richard III Royally Teachable History. That's going to be later today or maybe on Tuesday. We'll see. And just support those videos, because I really want to try to, let's do a little bit of teachable moments around history as we continue to watch the bad history that is being made in this very moment with this woman and her husband Prince. Okay, well, yeah, he is a prince, and yeah, that's part of the problem. I think him being a prince has made this really a catastrophe. I think it's the downfall of a lot of things that are just not good. And yeah, we'll keep watching and talking. All right, you guys, I'll see you in the next one. Bye.